Okay, everybody, I want to give you further proof and a better understanding of the mark of the beast. Now, everything that I've revealed before, and this is it's uh, more directly related to the head, the vaccines, and its development. So, just like with anything, something would have to be developed into what it is. And there's a developmental process that can be long. And in understanding that, what I've taught you about the Mercury arc rectifier, which was the beginning development of the mark of the beast as it related to uh, how the vaccinations had become what they had and how the Bluetooth symbol came to be and all its technology. It developed over the course of time so that it would be widely accepted. It kind and also it to make it kind of fly under the radar. And notice that slowly these vaccinations have been widely accepted to be good. And that was the whole purpose, just like with the cell phone technology and the Bluetooth technology. And this was so that it would be something everyone would accept, or most people would accept. Because people, like I've said, people will not want to let go of their phones and a lot of this technology. They'll just accept it. And that's why the scripture says that many will accept it willingly. So understand that the Mercury arc rectifier was first used, and this was the beginning of the mainstream electricity, putting electricity in houses, but not just that, it was used to operate trains. And this was the most popular transportation means of that time in the early 1900s. So, in realizing that, understand also that in the vaccines, just like in the Mercury arc rectifier, they place mercury in it and aluminum, and this acts as a conduit, but more importantly, a conductor that can interact with your own electrical impulses and your firing in your synaptic gap. So, but again, to make this popular and widely accepted, it was implemented in the trains because, again, it had to be developed over time. There had to be investment. People had to be vested in this idea so that it was accepted, widely accepted. So this was all portrayed as something good technology. And this again was Satan, Lucifer, when he tricked Adam and Eve, had to propagate the idea that this would be a good thing. So in understanding that these metals are conductors and that a train also has a conductor, and that there's also a musical conductor. Now, this is exactly, or this was Lucifer's purpose in heaven. He was the first musical conductor, and Ezekiel chapter 28, verse 13 elaborates on this somewhat. Of course, the Bible, we don't have as much in the Christian Bible as the Jewish have in their scriptures, but understand that Lucifer's role was as a conductor. He was a musical conductor. And understand also train conductors, electrical conductors, and also as it relates to how your you conduct your behavior and how these metals and transmission of electrical impulses can change how you conduct your behavior. So see the significance in the wording and the parallels in the wording in all of this. And remember, as I've pointed out, in the scriptures, John 1, verse 1, God is the Word. And he does reveal all through the Word, just as I pointed out in other scripture. So in realizing that, some would say, well, you're just kind of grabbing words in random and putting them together, but you can look at these parallels as far as the conduction of behavior and electrical. They're both related, but like I've pointed out with these evil principalities in high places, go and look for yourselves what occurred several years ago in Switzerland when they opened the Gotthard, and I'm sorry I can't pronounce that good, it's a foreign word for me, but it was the Gotthard train tunnel. Now, they were leaders from around the world went to this celebration, this ceremony, and all this was a gigantic satanic ceremony. You can find this on YouTube and other areas. This was just right in everybody's faces. Super satanic ceremony with many world leaders, these principalities in high places that had attended this. And just as I've pointed out, as it relates to trains, so they were celebrating, in essence, where the beginning of all this technology started with that mercury arc rectifier that was first used in trains, and its parallelism to conduction and conductor, which is what Lucifer was in heaven. So all of this relates to the trains. Check out the this satanic ceremony if you have any doubts. You can find it on YouTube. And it was in everybody's faces. And all this was a celebration ceremony to this technology, this Mark of the Beast technology that all began to be developed through or with the help of trains, which was just a conduit so it could be developed into what it is today, which is vaccinations with the mercury and the aluminum in it, the metals, which is a conductor, and then also the Bluetooth technology in these cell phones. All of that technology came, just as I pointed out, came from this mercury arc rectifier. And it was the trains that helped finance, that really helped finance and promote this and allowed it to grow into what it is today and to be developed. So do your research, people. See what I'm saying and realize what the scriptures say is the truth. God is the Word, and He reveals all through the Word. Conductor, conduction, these conduits, where it all started, where it's all leading to, because just as Isaiah 46 points out, He reveals the beginning, the end from the beginning. Lucifer was the first, and he was the conductor, the musical conductor. So the end will come from this conductor, which is what Lucifer was and what Lucifer is. He is the conductor of all evil things. And the Word reveals the parallelism and how to recognize and see the mark. Stay in the Word, people. God bless.